Morning, sir. How are you, buddy?
Marty Griffin, good morning. My long-lost friend.
Oh, see? He had to do that, T. He can't help himself. Bazzy! Come on, man.
Marty.
If there's a more honest man, I don't know who it is, and a straight shooter. So, the fine, what does it mean to you, sir? What does it mean to Ford? What does it mean to America? 3 different questions.
Hail Donald Trump. Hail Donald Trump.
Nice. So
go, baby. Watch him go.
So you love it.
I love every part of it because what people seem to think is this man is irresponsible, and he is the furthest thing from that I see. I think he is a strategist. I think every move he makes is a chess move, and I think he's thinking 3 steps ahead the whole time.
Hey, Bazzy, let's talk Ford here. Internally, are they...
Same context.
I figured... I figured you have discussed this internally. They probably, and don't let me put words in your mouth, sir. They probably don't have a problem with paying this $200 million, do they?
I believe everything's a business move. I don't think any company would cave to perceived threats, and I don't believe there were any threats.
Right.
I believe there's conversation. I don't know this for a fact. I believe there's conversation that every decision is being made that is in the best interest of all of the Ford Motor Company and Donald Trump also, everybody. And by the way, what is wrong? He's threatening to build a wall. Do I think that wall will ever get built? Not sure, but it's a great move because what it's done is call attention to the tax on import and export.
Yep.
We pay. If we take products into Mexico, we pay a tax and a penalty on that. If Mexico exports, guess what they pay? Nothing.
Hey, Bazzy, so people are always discussing the effect it will have on the price of a car. So ostensibly saying, look, if we don't build cars in Mexico, Ford won't be able to charge us the same reasonable competitive pricing. I don't agree with that. I believe they'll find a way, right?
I agree with that 10,000%, and they will. And if you read the New York Post this morning, as did I, you saw the example of the price, the 20% tariff on a Focus coming into this country built in Mexico. And it went from, I think, 22,000 to 26. But it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. They're never going to have to adjust that price because of it. This is a brilliant move to restore us to the economic superpower that we should have been all along, and we haven't been.
Richard
Stock
Bazzy
market soars to 20,000, Marty.
Yeah, it's fascinating to watch. Richard Bazzy from Schultz Ford. I spent the first hour of this show on one topic, and my whole thesis and premise, Richard, is bottom line, whether you like the guy or not, he has truly delivered on what he promised, and that's historic. Has he not delivered, sir?
Marty, I agree with that. I did not listen to the first hour. I have been in meetings all morning, but I will tell you this. I agree with you, and usually we do agree without any prior conversation. But I agree with that. He has delivered. He has also paved the way for any future political office or president to be able to impact and make these changes where people thought they couldn't do that. They didn't think they had the power. Now Trump has shown them that it can be done. I think it's fabulous. I really do. Some of the things are worrisome? I don't think they are worrisome because I think they're deliberate plans, and there's always a plan B. I think he's doing a great job. I really do.
I'm not trying to be derogatory here. I'm not trying to be critical of you. You have been compared to him. You have similar personalities. No, really. And
bank accounts are a little different.
And people say, but people suggest that you're kind of random, but I know you very well. So your commercials might be a little extravagant. You might be a little bit hysterical in your presentation. But the truth of the matter is, Richard, and we're tight, you're very calculated. Everything you do is planned out. So would you agree that there's a similar kind of approach to how you approach your life and business versus how he's approaching the presidency, sir?
Far be it for me to ever compare myself to somebody that's like Donald Trump. I wouldn't do that. The only thing I would tell you is your assessment is pretty accurate. What people might think is impulsive has probably been thought about 100 times, filtered, and then reprocess before it ever comes out of my mouth.
Right. This is what's amazing about Bazzy, because we're boys, and so I learned this over time. When you first meet him, you think, wow, bombastic, random, but then when you drill down on it, it's calculated. You're seeing that you believe the same thing happens with Donald Trump, do you not, sir?
Oh, I do. I do believe that. I don't know what your position on that was this morning, but I believe that in my wholehearted being that there's nobody that is any more thought out or pensive about any of these things than Donald Trump. He delivered a campaign promise, and they're not just false promises. He knew what he was doing, and he knew that to do what he wanted to do, he had to shake up the landscape. He's done that. Yeah. He's using Mexico as his poster child right now, and you know what? I don't disagree. Now, it's not personal to the immigrants, to the little children that want to come and live in our country. It's not personal to that. That's not what this is about. It's about a country. It's about a country and economics. Believe me, I'd take anybody into my home, into my business, into my life, and accept them and teach them and train them how to be wonderful, productive citizens. I would do that, and so would he, I believe.
Richard Bazzy.
This is about the economic structure of the relationship between two countries.
In the future of America. Bazzy, you're the man. Thanks, brother.
Marty, thank you.